What's up guys? Welcome back to Will's Record channel. As you can see right here, these are my favorite turbofans. And I love turbofans in general. You guys know how much I talk about them. But this is the X7, this is the X3. These are fantastic models. This is super affordable and the power is great. This is slightly more expensive, but the full metal construction and the insane power you get out of this is just unmatched. Well, I'm not so sure about that anymore because take a look at this brand new turbofan from Wolfbox. Don't get it confused with the Wolfbox turbofan that everyone has talked about. This is a brand new model and it's not just, you know, slightly bigger, slightly stronger. It is completely different. So check this out. This is a turbofan. Now next to these turbofans, you can see it's taller. It's slightly bigger and it's bigger than the last model. It honestly fits in your hand a little better for bigger hands as well. But the craziest thing is that it's got a removable battery. This is a game changer because for many of you, every time I talk about turbofans and in the comments, there's always a couple people that talk about the battery life of these. And yes, you're not wrong. The biggest weakness of these is the battery life. To keep them small and portable like this, the battery life lasts around 10 minutes if it's on full blast. And honestly, I don't really find that as a problem. I think that's plenty to use. I can use this to dry out all the water in the tight crevices on my 3-row SUV and still have more than half of the battery left. So I'm not really concerned about the battery life. But what's annoying about it is when it dies, you just have to charge it. There's no other way. You can't switch out the battery. So you just have to let it sit there and charge and you can't use it until it's charged. Now this is a game changer because now that you run out of battery, you can just take this out, switch out the battery, put a new one in, you're full battery again. This is crazy because that practically just extends your battery life by more than half if you have another battery. So this makes it super versatile and honestly just a lot more feature proof because if the battery goes bad, just switch out the battery. You still got your turbofan, you don't have to replace the whole thing. And the replacement battery, you can get this on Amazon for about $20 to $30. It's not expensive. But of course, it's an upgraded model and it's slightly bigger. It looks like the motor size is bigger too. So you wanna know how well it performs, right? So let's get to the scale test. By the way, big thanks to Wolfbox for sending this out to me for review. All right, here we go. So here's the battery and it is at full charge. Press a button, all the functions the same. And we have the same trusty wood block that I've been using since my first turbofan video. Here we go. That is 240, guys. That's insane. And just for reference, here are some other turbofans that I've tested in the past with the same exact setup. And those are the numbers that they're getting. So compared to this one that's at 240, it's really crazy. And this is definitely part of the reason. Compared to a normal turbofan of the past, the motor is definitely much bigger. And the previous MF100 is the same size as this one. This one is noticeably bigger. However, compared to the X7, the motor is still a little bit smaller, but surprisingly, the power is really close to the X7. That's the really crazy part. Almost 240. That's crazy because compared to the last Wolfbox, the MF100, that thing was getting about 180 max. 240. I mean, this thing is not that much bigger and it still fits really well in the hand. It's not really heavy. That is pretty impressive. The X7 over here, it's still a little bit more powerful. It can get around 240 to anywhere to 260 depending on battery level. The X7 fully charged 260. This one fully charged 240. So honestly, they're really close in power. And the fact that it comes with this, you can take this off and switch it to a new one. So if you want to talk about durability and longevity, the Wolfbox is gonna win because if the battery goes bad, just spend another 20 bucks and you can get a new battery. But this one, even though it's really well built, I have not noticed any degradation on the battery and I use it quite a bit. If it does go bad, you're out of luck because you're not gonna be taking this apart and replacing the battery in there. It's just, that's not what average people are going to be doing. But this is just really easy and it makes it a lot more future proof. So based on those reasons, I'm honestly preferring this one now. So now let's talk about pricing, because that'll play a big part in whether it is worth it or not. So as it stands, this package, everything is $90 on Amazon. Now of course, Black Friday is coming up, so watch out for price drops on this. So you get the turbo fan itself and this nozzle itself that comes attached, and one battery. Watch out for that, because that's gonna be where my main criticism is gonna be about. And it also comes with 3 different nozzles, 2 smaller ones, a short stubby one, and a long one, and a flat one. So that'll be really nice for, you know, for cleaning out your keyboards or other things. And another nice touch is that they also include a little cleaning kit with these brushes, a soft brush and a stiffer brush, and it has a little pouch. This little pouch is nice because it actually fits this bigger turbo fan in here. So if you don't want that painted shell to scratch, and so you want to throw this in your backpack and you don't want this painted surface to scratch, throw it in this little pouch. I'll keep it nice and protected. And of course, a charging cable, USB A to C. So at this point, you know that it's $90 and it works well, it's very powerful, and it's also built with quality. You might wonder, what am I gonna do with this? Let me show you some of the use cases I have for it. So I just potted those plants over there, and I got a bunch of dirt and stuff blowing in from outside. That just clears it so easily. All right, here I got a really dirty orbital sander that I use on my drywall. So it's covered in drywall dust. Just like that, that's a ton cleaner. So really quickly, you don't need an air compressor. With just something like this, you can quickly clean something up like that. Or a dusty keyboard that has a lot of crap in there, throw in a smaller nozzle, and just pull all of that out. And this is strong enough to press down my space key. Or if you need something bone dry and the towel just isn't exactly doing it, you can dry it to the best of your ability. There's still gonna be a little bit of water left on here. So that's when this is useful, because you can air dry it. And you're gonna get a much drier result. I mostly use it for measuring cup like this because I can dry it and get it pretty dry, but for me to scoop flour with this, I need it completely bone dry. Like, it might seem dry right now, there's still moisture left on the surface. So that's when using this, just make sure that this is completely bone dry. So now, this is actually bone dry. But of course, what I use it the most for is definitely for car detailing. So whenever I wash the car, I like to use it to blow out water that's in tight crevices where towel was gonna have a bit of trouble reaching into, and just blowing the water out so it makes drying a lot easier. It's not meant to dry the whole car or the whole wheel in this case, it's just to blow off the big water droplets, so when you dry with your towel, it actually doesn't make your towel all that wet, and it just makes drying a lot easier. So I've been testing this out for a couple weeks now, and honestly, I'm very happy with it. The battery life is great. It's definitely gonna last over 10 minutes. And even when it runs out, you can just put in a new battery. I don't really have anything negative to say about this, but the battery. As I mentioned earlier, it only comes with one battery. So if you want a second one, you do have to pay $22 and order a separate battery for it. The main feature for this turbo fan is that it's got a removable battery. So I will honestly suggest to Wolfbox to consider maybe including a second battery in this kit. So users can actually use this to its full potential and use the swappable battery, because as it stands at $90, you are still just getting a regular turbo fan that's really powerful, granted, and really well built. But with only one battery, this removable feature actually doesn't do anything, because it will only be beneficial if you have a second one. So just keep that in mind, because when I got this, I did for some reason think that there will be two batteries, and I was kind of disappointed there's only one, so I ordered another one myself just to make this a total package and take advantage of this swappable battery. Now with that being said, I am really happy that a new battery like this is only $22. It's not too expensive, it's not marked up, it's relatively affordable. So with $20 more, this thing becomes so versatile and it's just a lot more future-proof. So there you guys go. Those are my thoughts on the new MF200 from Wolfbox. Honestly, I love this thing. And with a second battery, I think this thing beats out every single turbo fan on the market that doesn't have this swappable battery feature. Because if you're gonna use this in a prolonged setting, this will just blow everything else out of the water. Now, of course, I still think that there's a place for smaller and more affordable turbo fans like this on the market. So if you're not looking for something that's as nice as the painted finish and the rubbery grip and the removable battery where you can use it in a prolonged setting, and even Wolfbox themselves, they have a mini X3 version, that's the MF50, and I actually really like that one for just how portable and small that thing is. If you're a girl and you got a purse, that thing will fit in there. So if something bigger like this is not something you're looking for, then yeah, those X3s are awesome. But if you're looking for something powerful, long-lasting, and also built really well, then honestly, this Wolfbox one is my top pick at the moment. There you guys go. If you have tried it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you'd like to see me compare this to another turbo fan, also let me know, because I think that'll be a very fun test. And also let me know what you think about this replaceable battery feature on this new turbo fan, because I think it is certainly a step forward, and I think more turbo fans on the market are going to do this. So I very much look forward to more of these kind of turbo fans come to the market. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll definitely be checking those out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.